feels slow to me. And yeah, we had not our standard civs, I would say. ACCM has a pretty solid civs. Indians, Berbers, Burmese, Malians, Magyars. Looks pretty sweet. And Tim went for Huns and Italians. Italians is a civilization that we didn't see too much. So let's see about that, guys. And I would say, after looking at those tips, we can jump into game number 1 here of ACCM versus Tim. On obviously Arabia, we are looking into a best of 5 round of 16. And yeah, overlay looks fine. So let's see what they have picked. Here for game number 1, we can see ACCM going for the Malians and playing in the purple trunks. On the other side, we have Tim playing the Malay in blue in the top. Okay, let's take a look at the maps. It looks like ACCM has a pretty tight one. Nice defensive gold, defensive stone, could easily wall that off. Big wood lines. Could somewhat get harassed by crossbows or a mangler push or something like over here. But another defensive wood, another defensive gold. A bit open maybe to the right hand side, but that's it. And I would say that's a map that I will take every day. Tim on the other side. Aggressive mill here towards his enemy, and yeah, that farming will be pretty far outside. Maybe he wants to play some aggression. This map is pretty open. Double stone forward, main gold spot on a hill forward as well, and yeah, the other gold spot's not too great for him either. Nice defensive wood, but also far away from the CC. I believe ACCM with the map advantage here so far, and now it's time for you guys to please give me some predictions here. ACCM against Tim. Please put your predictions in the chat. I want to know who do you think is the favorite. I personally think Tim will take it 3-1. Although his civilizations are worse. Okay, I will go for ACCM 3-2. But I believe we are in for a very close series, and luckily we got 3 hours. 55-0 for Tim. Interesting. My prediction: someone will win. Thanks for that input, guys. 3-2 Tim, 3-2 ACCM, ACCM 3-1. Okay, so no one sees a one-sided series, and yeah, we can't really decide on who's the winner. Tim. Interesting walls here at the front, trying to zone out a very large area already, but without those walls, they won't be too efficient. And see ACCM now going for the Drush, as it seems. The barracks, the villager over. Oh, that looks more like M&A then. And we'll probably go for Loom and then pop 22. Did he just try to go up without Loom? Looks a bit like it. Weird. Tim goes for the barracks as well, and yeah, ACCM in the last round already eliminated Vivi. An incredibly strong player from Frantic as well, the same team that Tim is from, and wow. Let's see if Tim Sordel's Rex is now better. Yeah, preparing a bit better, and maybe talked about Vivi. What went wrong there? And came up with some more strategies. On the other side, we see Tim only now queuing up Militia. Wind up with 2 more pop. I believe normally 3 more pop would be the standard. Not 100% sure. And Tim, as you can see, 27-second later uptime, but still will be up to fuel late a bit earlier. It seems like 3 M&A against 3 M&A will be the first engagement, and that means Tim will have a small village advantage. Oh, we see 3 on gold here, so ACCM after that will switch into archers. Tim's eco not that great, obviously. Malay. They need some time to get their resources in as well. And if you're up to feudal age so fast, sometimes you aren't getting the resources in. I believe Tim is taking the uphill fight here. That was weird. 7 HP less. ACM going for M&A, and so is Tim. Even getting 1-for-1 hits here, and yeah, ACM just running. +1 defense on his militia won't really help on that engagement, because it's obviously only against archers. Tim got 1 hit off, is now running back. He's going for the archery range himself. No kills so far, some HP exchange. And when we look at home, ACM is adding an archery range as well. Has 2 lumber camps, and Tim so far only on 1, and that one will get very inefficient pretty soon. ACM gets at least 1 Civ win. That's a possibility. ACM, let's see what he scouts. Tim so far, well, he has a nice map vision, like what he scouted. And needs to camp at this front. Now going for an archer. And at the same time, ACM is walling the left-hand side, which is nice. Doing some damage here against him. Now needs to retreat. It's just waiting for 1 archer. Obviously 1 archer won't be that efficient. Now trying to pull some more villager scouters going down. And this looks like ACM will take some loss. He has 4 M&A though against the only 3 of Tim, who now needs to fight with some villagers. Let's take a look if he has any losses. 3 M&A still out, but very low HP here and needs to run. So that's trading of complete armies as it seems. And isn't focusing on the right M&A. Okay, now finished him off, and ACM still active. Got some villager hits off, and is only 1 villager behind. So did kind of catch up. Blacksmith now coming up, and the second archery range. I believe small advantage for ACM here, but also a bit more of investment. Oh, and ACM skipped the double with X, but I believe if we switch into Tim's point of view, he should not have it as well. And oh, he did. That's interesting. Okay, so maybe that was a tiny bit of an eco advantage there. ACM, I like those walls at the left hand side, zoning out all this area quite nicely. So now only needs to fear attacks from the right hand side. Good wall, some over there as well, and we can see ACM now finishing fletching. Tim still even missing a blacksmith. Now finishing his one though, we will see fletching any second indeed, and then the dance with the archers will start. 2 villagers ahead is Mr. Tim at the moment. Oh, interesting tower by ACCM. Is fearing a runaround as it seems, which would be the typical Chinese style. Just wall your front, tower up, and try to sneak around with archers. Oh, ACM gets a kill here, but also a loss, and gets another kill. Now going for the +1 defense. Mr. Tim here. ACM is super scared of all the runarounds. Oh, what is he doing? Sending 4 villagers forward? Oh, that's for the deer. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, I believe no one will really break the other. Also too many skirmishers, too much map awareness, and I believe aren't really allowing too many runarounds, knowing where the enemy's army is at all times. And yeah, probably walling over here is ACCM. And then we kind of need to think about transitioning into castle age here. Not even going for stone, probably wants to build another defensive tower after building one at the gold. Tim doesn't really know if he wants to take this engagement. He was able to keep villager production on. And it's now 5 minutes ahead, but obviously ACM did wheelbarrow. Oh, skirmishers here at the front, trying to do some micro. No skirmishers left here for Tim. And way more for ACCM. I believe that's a fight that Tim cannot really take. and therefore he is retreating. Needs to wait for his skirmishers to come along as well. But now taking a lot of damage without the archers actually helping. This looks a bit better for ACCM at the moment, and he has a better KD. Look at that, 18 to 12. Now Tim needs to build a defensive tower, and that means ACCM has a small eco advantage. Look at that, 5 villagers that aren't on stone. Stone actually invested, costs 25 wood, not that important, but still something. And look at that, Tim is losing all his army at the moment. Military count is, as you can see, 11 to 2. Maybe he can even harass those villagers. Maybe can damage 1 or 2. 17 HP, no, I think he should just focus down the army here. And that's what he's doing. And then he will be in quite a nice spot with some more aggression. And yeah, Tim couldn't really use his villager advantage here. And I would be surprised if ACM can get really happy here. And yeah, Tim just switching onto stable as well, 2 scouts out. Just needs to focus down on that archer with 5 HP, and then those 2 scouts will do a lot of damage. But Tim, 200 food in the bank, adding more and more scouts. At the same time, we have Mr. ACCM already on the way to Castle Age. He is queuing up more archers, sending them to the front, not going into the night switch here. And, well, then he will have a nice pressure point at the front, I would say. Oh, that archer's going down. And horse color for ACCM now. Obviously would love to see that a bit earlier, but still very reasonable timing. And yeah, Crossman Botkin Arrow will be out way before Tim can get these upgrades. Therefore he realizes, damn, I need to defend, and needs to build some more defensive tower. Now finally he's doing the sneak around. But ACM kind of aware of that, has an M&A patrolling over here. And if he dies, he knows, oh, I'm in some trouble. Or need to defend. Stable now. That's surprising. Indecisive. Wanted to go forward, then decided to go back on the stable anyways. Now the mining camp here at the front tries to go for some more. But should have went for that stone if you ask me. It's just way too far out. I'm surprised that he's going for stable. I think we could have seen a spot for some angles here. And let's see, Tim now building a market, trying to buy himself up. 600 food in the bank, 600 gold as well. The sneak around will get that one villager that I didn't like. Let's take a look. Maybe sending some skirmishers back could be the option. Yeah, 4 skirmishers back and the crossmen to the front. That's something I would love to see. Market, okay, now finished, and he's clicking up. Rushing another tower, and those archers for now aren't doing much. But ACM needs to send some army back home. Snipes 1 villager, and not all villagers will get into the tower. So ACM will get some snipes off. There's now, well, still 7 villagers behind. That's quite a lot. It will run into 2 towers. Will not do maximum damage. That crossman, it's unlikely. Oh god, that's so much arrows. Look at that. And ACM just losing so much of his army. Now the knight's coming over without bloodlines, plus 1 attack, but should be fine against the castle army. Look at that, no splitting here. And suddenly ACM, look at how many army units he lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 crossbows lost there after, or without any more kills. Yeah, he got some nice snipes off early on. And now let's see what Tim can go for. Very low on gold at the moment. Going for crossman, but without Botkin Arrow, but cleared up over here. No crossman. No Botkin Arrow on land, but Botkin Arrow coming now. ACM, 3 villagers behind. I believe he has the wheelbarrow advantage. Oh, let's take a look at Tim. And yeah, he doesn't have wheelbarrow. So we have to give the eco advantage to ACCM at the moment. And look at all those towers. That obviously makes it tough for ACCM to really continue and put on some pressure. Unfortunate TC spot here, maybe one over here could have been an option. University now, and wants to go for some ballistics and have the micro advantage against him. Who is still defending, trying to go up into later ages, and maybe then try to switch for Karambit. We'll see what ACCM will have in store for us to defend that. Ballistics now coming as expected, and both players at the moment not really finding too much damage. Defensive Siege Workshop by Tim now wants to go for the Mangonel defense, and yeah, pretty good that ACCM will have some knights to snipe those. But they should not lose their lives, and preferably not even some HP. Another mining camp would be pretty sweet here, and even a 30C. I would just want to advise, maybe a 30C wouldn't be too bad, and she's already on it. So getting some stone here, sniping some more villagers, idling some of Tim's eco, and first time ever, ACCM is ahead in villagers. And I could be pretty sweet. Let's take a look what ACCM sees. He didn't see the siege workshop, he didn't see the Mangonel yet. Let's snipe some of... Oh, trying to go for some debation, as you can see here with the knights. Clicking them down, clicking them up, maybe even no, but Mangonel shot at the top. Didn't see that. Now clicking on the Mangonel, trying to take more fights and trying to clear up the running back. Crossman will get the Mangonel, pretty sweet. And at the moment, out of range here against... Oh, those crossmen, and attacking the archer range instead of fighting. Could have taken out all the crossmen if you ask me. A bit of a mismicro here, but still pretty cost efficient for him. And he is 8 villages ahead and 8 military, so solid dominant position for ACCM here. His boom continues as well. Another siege workshop at the front now, and he can continue with all his production. Maybe queuing up a bit too many crossmen here. Needs to invest more into siege workshop units. Attack farm instead. Well, it wasn't... well, it's easy to misclick. Like, crossmen are very small and you have a very big area to click a farm. And that villager will have some troubles. Tim still without ballistics. Oh, even deleting all the farms, didn't want to get them sniped one by one. Heavily housed at the moment. That's the greatest woods as well. And yeah, heavily housed mainly because we got pulled away from building those houses here at the front. Crossman still very active, dodging some shots. Could go into some troubles against the Mangonel here, but he's running away. Sees the Mangonel and is indeed regrouping. Oh, we'll lose some villagers on the wood line here. His own crossbow is a bit out of position. And finally ballistics for Tim as well. We can now take a bit of better fights. Now trying to run against the hill, that's not really going to work. And ACCM is chasing down. Both have the same upgrades on their crossbows. Maybe now with the hill advantage Tim can re-engage. Oh, but he isn't. At the same time, ACCM completely running away. ACCM, kind of a lot of stone here. Oh, Tim just not taking care. Does ACCM have ballistics? Yes. Oh, thought there was a lot of stone already gone. Where's his castle? And he was pulling on the left hand side. And this gold is actually a neutral one. So he has where's this third gold? One over here. On the back. Ah, over here at the right hand side. Okay, completely forgot about that. So that's actually a 4th gold spot that he will get and will have the advantage there against him. And who is now trying to sneak around, has only 100 food. And let's see what he can do. His crossbowman. Yeah, part 2. Oh, going for the stable now. Stable tech ACCM. Maybe he wants to go for some cavaliers with +7 attack. And we're just going down. ACCM needs to run. Obviously, a lot of villagers will lose their lives against ballistics here. Tim trying to micro that quite nicely. Every time we see some attack here, so that's why ACCM didn't have the instant reaction. And is getting quite a lot of kills as well, but Magnus' shot could be pretty good. And that was one good shot, and ACCM now running. Pretty solid stuff, I would say. ACCM and for, yeah, kind of as we expected, Mass Cavaliers. And we're expecting for Rimba for him as well. Tim building the castle. Let's see where. Oh, Mangonels, that could be interesting. Oh, and that could be Doubt Castle. Oh, yo. Mangonels, let's take a look how their mic should. 1 for none. And okay, 3 for 2. No real answer at the moment. Let's do for more knights. More defensive castle, but ACCM will have traps out so much earlier. So now Imperial 8, very low on the resource count. Not really getting any Cavaliers, no for Rimba, no Bracer as well. And oh wait, I believe they don't have Bracer, right? But traps is now the most important thing, and to snipe down the castles of Tim. And yeah, now clearing up that attack. Is my bring back those knights? No. I have no idea why this one is running. Good stuff. Conscription for ACCM. Not 100% sure if that's the upgrade he should really focus on, I believe. Going for more traps would be the safer choice. And he's controlling this area with the 2 open stone spots quite nicely as well. This one is completely cleared up. And that means we probably won't see the real switch into Karambits. Because he cannot get more castle top, and if he loses this one, what will Tim really go for? Arbalest? Is that the real answer? Huh, probably it has to. Cavalry attack finally, and we can also see the +4 defense. Let's take a look, where are all his knights so far? Has 11 out. That's a good start, and is showing his attack now, I believe. Yeah, trying to go for the attack. Is going for hand card to boost his eco even further. Never seen this guy play. No matter who you're talking about, you clearly aren't a big follower of the scene. Rotation. So I see him at the moment focusing heavily on the eco upgrades instead of yeah, trying to go for the attack upgrades for his Cavaliers, for example. Now trying to clear up all the crossbows before they can get onto Arbalest, but the Arbalest tag isn't even coming, and Bracer is not finishing as well. Gets mass amount of damage done, and ACCM is taking the W here. Not 100% sure what really happened. Yeah, Tim's map wasn't great. I believe he didn't play it too clever there. I believe with his map he needs to play something more aggressively, and yeah, that's something he did not do. Could punish it quite heavily. Then the crossbow man did some damage. Tim couldn't really do any damage. Nice defensive tower here by ACCM. His run around was completely stopped. And Magnus didn't do too much. Eco upgrades were a bit late for Tim as well. And ACCM is taking game number 1 here. Probably not the game that I will remember in a year, but well, for ACCM, that doesn't really matter, right? He just wants to go into the round of 8 and secure some of the prize money. Let's take a look at their possible tip choices now in the next maps. Funny that Tim goes for Melee, his 5th pick first, And well, it's a super guessing game to go for game 2 and see what they are going for. I'm expecting ACCM to continue with strong civilizations. Maybe not instantly Indians, but well, he has a lot of strong civilizations. I'm expecting Burmese now. That's what I'm saying. And Tim goes for Mayans. Completely random prediction. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and being so active in the chat. Who won, Viper or Jordan? Viper, 3-1. Why do you think Spanish aren't getting more love? Castle Age Kongs can be devastating if gone properly. Yeah, but you don't have much else going for you except Kongs. So you need to have good stone spots. And even then Kongs can be counted, so you're like very one-dimensional. I believe that's one of the problems of Ethiopians at the moment as well. And yeah, so yeah, you have probably the strongest unit in the Castle Age, but it's kind of known what you're going for as well. So you really need to throw in some other strategies. It's tough to play. And be able to max your thoughts. That should be an incredible series. You're handsome, no homo though. That's sad that you said no homo. MBL plays today, so cool. MBL will be, but Max will be more fun than hard with his Tato. Yeah, but still. I will cast the same regs as Memp, so that we don't get like any spoilers through the streams. And yeah, I believe it makes a bit more sense, yeah, to go for the normal series so that we don't have an overlap. Hard has a shot. Probably, right? Is anyone else streaming MBL to Max Live? I hope not, and I will talk to them. And we'll hope that they aren't doing this. Thanks so much. Jean de la Physique. Let's jump into game number 2. And we are looking at Burmese being picked by ACCM against Tim, who's now playing in Grey. So didn't I say Burmese against Mayans? Damn, I'm smart. And yeah, I'll just keep them in blue and red instead of grey. So Tim, you should try crazy casting bot matches at the same time with split screen. What? Both matches. Well, that would be funny, right? I think I would actually cast like 2 games that start simultaneously. That makes a lot of sense. But like one in minute 10 and the other one is starting. Well, it could be interesting. Maybe one day I will do that. Yeah. Okay, Burmese against Mayans, I believe a matchup that I haven't seen. And, well, I feel that if Mayans can get onto plumed archers, and that defensive wood and stone, and reasonable gold here, and in general a very tight map, think he has a good shot to do that. The Plume Duchess should be pretty good against everything that the Burmese have. Rambice won't perform too well. The +1 attack isn't too important. Let's see about that. ACM might lose some HP on his scout. Isn't even getting an attack sign. That's weird. I don't know this game. Is it all the maps or just Arabia? This tournament is Arabia only. Oh, at the same time we see completely missed that Tim was trying to go for a boar steal and seems to be successful with that. It gets quite some hits off, but that's totally fine for him. Did he nade the SIP protection? Ah, SIP, yeah. Pretty surprised by that. Well, I don't like that he went for that boar. I think he should have built another house. Because now he's getting into the TC and still has 300 food on that one left anyways. That will be a lot of rotting. He doesn't really have the advantage. And now pushing more deer, that's just stupid. And that's especially with Mayans. No, that's I believe that's not really clever what he's doing here. That's way too much food. Oh, now going for gold. And yeah, if he isn't playing like FC now, oh, I'm curious what he will do. At the same time, ACM obviously struggling a bit that he only had one boar but pushed to Deeren, so that's good for him. Now trying to set in the third one. And that mining camp is not very well positioned if you ask me. Obviously it is tough on the hill. Yeah, that's 2 tiles away. I believe a trick that you can do in those situations is you try to palisade wall one way around, but don't build the palisades. Then build the mining camp as close as possible and delete the palisade walls. Yeah, that's 2 tiles away. Ugh, that's ugly for ACM. Tim is up now as well, and yeah, that won't be an FC. Now sending 2 on gold. I don't like that mining camp too much though. ACM without P6. He had P6, but Tim had grey, and therefore I went on to team colors. Oh, Tim going for the aggression, so it will be double M&A, which obviously should be better for the Burmese player, having +1 attack any second. And they will face each other. Question is who sees who first. Not 100% sure if they saw each other. It doesn't look like it. Oh gosh, this will be a super scrappy game. Oh boy. Was running into at least one wolf. And Tim is walled at the front. It's so good for him. He's buying himself so much time. M&A upgrade for both. Very similar timing. ACM walling the front. Doesn't have a single farm. And his eco looks scrappy. Aye. This looks so good for Tim. He sees it coming. He can quick wall. He can wall to his CC. And we'll see Tim now with very deadly tower here. Putting a lot of pressure on farms. Does ACM... How did Tim find that placement? Okay, now the tower is shown. Same time, aggressive tower here. But, well, that one won't do as much. And ACM now already losing some HP, close to... Oh, wow, even 1 M&A going down. And trying to rebuild another tower, obviously. Both stone spots pretty unfortunate. At the other side, ACM needs to pull his berries, and that will be a super scrappy game. Now sending more villagers on to stone in the back here as ACCM. That's pretty good for him. And trying to go for another lumber camp, but that one will be pretty exposed. Going for more M&A. And yeah, this is just a crazy game. And I certainly don't want to play this one. Time to go for more, or like another wood now. And you can see Tim going for that one. Should finish the walls in time, indeed. And well, Tim is taking really minimal damage. Didn't lose a villager. And Oopa. Oh, I'm not 100% sure if I like that tower. He has 4 villagers there. Well, it's blocking the stone as well. Or protecting the stone in the long run. But now that's cut open and that villager will die. But yeah, the other villagers won't be reached. But him at the moment, 3-0 KD. What a start for him. Not doing that too well, and Tim is 6 villagers ahead. This is looking so good for him. Now going for double blacks. He isn't farming, but he doesn't need to, because he had so much extra food here with 1 extra boar and the sheep. Let's take a look at this tower. Will go up. He's trying to push it, and the army is running in now. If he's focusing this down, it's only 5 villagers and 5 MA. This could be so deadly here. ACCM could lose this game if he's taking a poor engagement. Scout is coming over. 2 MA of him also, and now he's trying to fight this down. First scout down, but he's now sending in more MA, and with 4 MA, Tim thinks better of it and is retreating, maybe trying to take the hill and trying to re-engage, but now he knows, okay, he would lose all his aggression if he just tries to trade this off. Doing some damage on those villagers. Now trying to take the high ground is ACCM here, and it looks like this will be a super even trade. I have no idea. Everything is fighting, no one is really microing, and ACCM is going back, has nice micro potential here. 11 and 10 HP. Tim is chasing this down, will lose all his villagers. So this feels like Tim microing, saving that villager. Nice job here, but he only killed 1 villager and the rest of the army. At the same time, ACCM killed 3 villagers, but left 3 MA alive. Villager difference now climbed to 5 in favor of Mr. Tim. Oh, what are those MAs trying to do? I'm going for the placements. Interesting placement. And walling off this stone, but archers coming to the front. Let's take a look if they can find some kills. Obviously without fletching, it won't be the most efficient thing. So I'm expecting like 1 villager to go down and losing his 10 stone. Oh, should focus that one down. 4 HP. Can he maybe rush it? No. Oh, but now opening this isn't. I'm not 100% sure if that's too clever. I believe Tim now has a timing where he could rush this tower down. I still don't understand why players are walling the 4 edges instead of the 8 wraparound. Oh, and that's an ugly farm. Oh, both farms actually in range. Oh. Well, that's not really fortunate then. Even wheelbarrow for Tim, who now climbed up to 7 villager advantage, but that's a sweet tower. We'll block that wood line. He either needs to build a defensive tower, would be quite a heavy investment for him, or switch most of his villagers over to the left hand side. Evening all. Miss a good first game? No. Stupid wolves always walking towards the mill. That's weird, right? The villager is over here, and she decides to go for the mill instead of the TC. But that's mainly because he's spawning at the bottom left always, I believe. But now he's taking the TC. That's weird. That's so weird. Oh, this random mate umpires things, I guess. Tim trying to go for the sneak around. And if ACCM isn't staying and camping here, he might lose some billies. Oh, there's lots of archers here. But freeing his other stone spot at the same time, that's pretty solid. Here's a lava in the mill. Huh. It's like a mill grill. Actually, I'm not sure how much work you need to do in that mill. Should be working on its own, right? Water goes down, the wheel spins, and then this one spins as well. Archer's getting 1 villager, but now being chased back. Skirmish is well positioned. And yeah, Tim kind of fearing, okay, I don't really want another villager to sneak around here and is sending some archers over. and therefore ACM will lose that villager here as well. Going for more villagers on gold. That's a bit surprising to me. Makes sense that he is building a market now. And yeah, Tim's advantage is just enormous here. Now clicking up to Imperial Age. I believe he has Wheelbarrow already. And yeah, so he has Wheelbarrow just in a very solid spot. Won't get onto Plumed Archers pretty quickly, but well, happens. Oh, trying to rush that defensive tower. Doesn't want to get a lot of harassment on his farms here. Oh, and now sneaky barracks. We'll go for the Eagles. Makes a lot of sense. Has the defensive gold, has a lot of farms. A bit better than going for the... Oops. Will that tower go up? Oh, one hit away. I think now he can rush it. Oh, and that's a Delhi army. Second barracks. Let's take a look at the resources of ACCM. Did buy some food. It's now up to 550. The forging has the +1 defense, and I'm expecting the Eagles to do major damage. 3 barracks out, only 1 tower at the gold, 1 tower at the wood line. He will idle that whole eco. I think we will see a GG in 2-3 minutes. Maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit longer. Oh, that's interesting. ACM not trying to wall this off, but yeah, that's not really going to happen. If you send all your army to the right hand side, you will lose villagers on the left hand side, and Eagles will come out as well. Eagle Warrior upgrade on the barracks at home, most likely. Now those which are coming in, and you can just camp under the tower with all his archers. Let's take a look. Maybe focusing down the skirmishes first with the Eagles could have been an option. And yeah, that's what he's doing now, but only after heavy losses. And that tower isn't protecting the other one. That one probably is, but military will get shredded quite a lot. This villager's difference, and that will only climb now. He has at the moment no access to his gold, won't really get onto stone, will lose more and more villagers, and he should know that's looking ugly. Look at the point difference, oh, the score difference, 3k to 2k, and even an aggressive siege workshop wants to go for the kill here, and just stays active with the raiding. ACM shouldn't have a lot of chances. Let's take a look at his stone count. Well, he rushed 2 towers, so it's not like he can get onto a Rambai pretty quickly as well. Maybe you could have thought, okay, you can get a castle up, get a Rambais defend, and then go for a counterattack, but we're so far away from that, and GG by ACM, realizing how bad the situation was looking for him. And yeah, I believe the main difference was really, that one really helped out. The house and the palisade wall, so that the forward here of ACM really need to run around. The towers weren't as efficient, and yeah, most of the eco was to the left hand side. He could move that quite nicely. ACCM's map was so bad, and he simply did not scout that Tim was going forward as well, and that hurt him so much more than he could hurt Tim. So a bit of a map advantage, but also the lack of scouting here really hurt our Vietnamese player. Pretty even, because the towers in the end helped out quite a bit. And we're basically down to best of 3. We could have passed around the mini lake, no. How is he even being attacked from that angle? Zero map control. Tim is the best in the world in those kind of games? Not sure. Okay, time to look at the civilizations again. And we won't have Burmese now, and we won't have Mayans. Let's see if I can continue my run I think ACM will pick Magyars and Tim Italians. I hope that doesn't sound too crazy. Magyars against Italians. But obviously it's super easy to be wrong here. JKSG19. I'm pretty sure how you came up with the nickname. Just the keyboard and... Brr. Thanks for uploading yesterday's games on YouTube. Nice casting. Oh, did you know that !YouTube sent you to my YouTube channel and you can find all the VODs from the last days, weeks, month and years on there? Thanks for reminding me. How did ACM end up with such better tips? Well, Tim doesn't understand English, so he had a translator do it for him. And I'm not 100% sure, but well, the Chinese really aren't picking well. Yo picked horrible as well. Yeah. The Han pick is kind of out of position now, no? They had good chance against Malians and Burmese. Yeah, I think they aren't performing too well against Berbers or Indians. Okay, we're switching around from... Well, no, I will just stay on Friend Pro College. Hans probably is a simple comfort pick. Well, they aren't that bad. Tim isn't able to pick good tips ever. He has done this half a dozen times already. Or half a dozen times, isn't that often, right? Well, Hans vs Berbers is a TIF win. You say so? Hans vs Berbers is a TIF win. Then let's see how this one will go, because it will be the Berbers and it will be a restart with very little wood. I can see that. It was nice defensively though, but let's see the next one. TIF wins for who? Most people say for Berbers. Shouldn't be too difficult to pick by pictures with just a bit of practice though, no? I think so, yes. Did you know ACM is the sole follower of Hippobot? No, I did not. I didn't even know that you could follow Hippobot. I thought he was just, he didn't have his own channel. Didn't know that it worked that way. That's funny. Definitely TIF win. I can't agree that much. Tipsters are fine, okay. I wonder if AoE Captain's Mode can have a language option in the future. Unlikely. Very unlikely. Takes a lot of effort. Comes up if you click on it and go to its profile. Okay, then I will check it out for Hippobot. Or feudal aggression may work against Berbers. They don't have any good eco bonuses in feudal. That's a good point, mate. And Huns are pretty strong in feudal. So the aim of ACCM should be to get to Imperial 8 and get either camel archers out or camels. And the thing for Tim should be to go for a lot of feudal aggression. Does Tim think he can change his TIF if he does a re? Maybe. When is next game? pretty soon. Pip is only doing maintenance for his site, so he won't see much in terms of new features unless someone takes over. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. What's the price for winning? I don't really know. The total prize pool is 3.5k, so I'm expecting like 800 for first or something. Yeah, okay. Then I would say Tim is almost 50 years old. I doubt that. No. Who's Pip? The maker of the Captain's Mode website. 4k and 1.6k for first. Good that we have to account. Yeah, that's very top heavy. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, then let's see. ACCM, still playing the Burbs, and that's a good map if I've seen one. Defensive gold, he needs to run around a bit, but nice defensive wood line. Defensive berries, stone is there as well. Yeah, he can't really wall the front that much, but that's totally fine, I would say. And yeah, yeah, that's just beautiful. Maybe that could be a spot where you build a gate and still have some eco back in here. That would be funny. On the other side, not a shabby map either. Nice defensive wood, only goes 3 on wood, so maybe scout could be an option. Defensive gold, defensive berries, more resources to the top, and that can be walled off quite nicely as well. Price point right now is 4,055, okay. Winner is 40%. Ah, that makes no sense. That's way too much. In 32 player, oh, I'm not a big fan of that. Semifinal is 10%. 5th till 8th get 5%. Okay. Whoever wins this is guaranteed $200. Or 5% of 4k is $200 indeed. A bit more. And oh, Tim going for the YOLO lure. Interesting stuff. Wallable map, Tim wins. Well, Tim has a disadvantage, so I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh, look at that. ACCM going with 3 on wood as well. So it could be double scouts to start the game with. Yeah, I mean too top heavy, yeah. Spirit of the Law lure? Did he do a video on that? Let's see. Last video I saw of him, I was actually quite impressed how well he played against the 3 AIs.
Yes.
Really pleased, and obviously a great video editing again. Spirit of the Lure. Oh god. Oh god. What would be your preferred distribution? Well, if it's single elimination, you kind of maybe just give $50 to everyone who made round of 16 as well. If you have such a massive prize pool. And yeah, I think then, let me think about it. What do we have? 40, 20, 10, 8, 5. Well, on paper that doesn't look too bad, right? Paladins versus Cam Archers, who wins? Well, that's something that won't happen, but Paladins will win. But it's so likely that ACCM will go for Camels in front of it. Yeah, round of 8 is already looking great with Slam Leary and Viper advancing. Yeah, obviously, like this tournament is so stacked. It was like super obvious that we will see an incredible round of 8. I believe even today, like, do we see anyone who isn't top 20 in the world at the moment? It's so sick. Except me, obviously. It seems reasonable, $200 for winning 2 best of 5s. Wow. Wow. Well, we'll see. Let me think, well, When I do my 8-player tournaments, I only pay top 2 most of the time as well. Then I do like 66, 33 or 75, 25. That's like more 8-player tournaments or 8-team tournaments. Huh. Well, maybe it just fell to top heavy, but it isn't that bad. For 5 villager aggression here for Tim, so he indeed doesn't want to go for the very long game. And ACM is seeing it this time. Did wall the right hand side quite nicely and is now walling the front here as well. And yeah, I want to see him wall this off and maybe build a defensive stable over here. And then he should be fine. Is stealing 2 sheep. And let's take a look. Is building the stable over here in the middle. That means that area could be pressured. Maybe a tower. No. Well, just on gold and on stone, so that will be a skirm spearman forward. Something I haven't seen in 6 years. What year is it? Because that's very old school. The aggression and Tim. I'm expecting a tower here. Okay. And that's a problem. That's what I said. I want to see some walls. And he isn't trying to build a defensive tower with 2 villagers there. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Why is he using the scout here? And okay, more wall to the left hand side. I like that he's active in that regard, but well, if he isn't sending 3 villagers forward now, that tower doesn't really make sense, right? He will just lose the tower and will not have stone. I don't really get what ACM is trying to achieve here. And he's not gathering? So weird. Okay, at least gets 1 kill over here. Isn't on stone, now trying to repair some. Now going on stone, I don't like this at all. Going for the big wall to Tim behind it. And a stable at home. Huh. Let's see if ACM will have an answer for us at one point. While he built that defensive tower. For now, he is trying to go for the counter attack. Could find some villager kills. Obviously not a single unit at home at the moment to defend that, which is quite surprising because he had those 2 spearmen quite early. And let's take a look what those scouts can do. I believe he will pick off that 1 villager. Uh-oh. Maybe not even that one. Is she trapped? Seems like it's actually the scout back, and that wasn't the greatest fight for ACM. But 1 villager took quite some time. And for the quick walls. Oh, what did he do there? Oh, did ACM isn't going for it? Okay, now he is. Oh, now the big question is, will he try to commit for 2 villagers and lose all the scouts? No, he won't. Okay, running around a bit more, maybe can catch this villager off guard if he isn't warning it. And ACM. Well, at the same time, Tim keeps 5 villagers idle, so that's pretty random. And oh god, that's so risky by Tim. How did ACM not see this? Okay, but why is Tim sending this villager there? He knows that the scouts are around. That's just stupid. Just wall the villager, wait, kill the scouts. Or if you know the scouts are down here, you can continue with the villager, but that was just a waste of 1 villager. Complete throw. Wait, let's see. Okay, ACM saw that gold spot. Why is he still going for the front one? Interesting. I'm really curious, like at the moment, ACM is having 3 villagers gathering stone and 1 repairing. And that equals to 5 villagers shooting out of Tim's tower here. So at the moment, ACM is winning 2 villagers with that way of dealing with the situation. Alright, so with the scouts, 3 villagers ahead. I'm going for blacksmith, his resources are looking reasonable. And on the other side we have Tim. Going for more scouts. Not looking too great for him. Nice strategy by Tim for not letting Berbers reach Castle Age. Just simply die in Feudal Age before that. ACM as well. I think it's too late for Tim unless ACM makes a mistake. Yeah, kind of feels like it, right? ACM, kind of his game to lose now. He is on stone as well. He can go for camel archers. We'll get a market even. And yeah, has so much area as well. Has all 3 gold spots. Has both stone spots in his arena. He's just totally fine. Well, those villagers are getting home. Well, that means the tower goes down. What can Tim do? What will I do? Probably Stonewall. Try to sneak 10 villagers around late Castle Age and try to go for a Halberdier ram push. That's probably what I'd try to go for. Or Mangonel Pike aggression. Ugh. Don't really know. Let's take a look. ACM, 1 down. Okay, that was okay. And the tower. What is he doing here? Okay, bit of an overreaction. Then maybe he's going for CA. At least that's what it looks like. I'd love to see the second mining camp here by him. Yeah, replacement. So CA, but how will Camel Archers perform against CA? I heard they are one of the best counters in the game. That's just rumors. For the stone walls over here, ACM is playing this so safe. He knows if his game goes long with his civilization, he is in a very good spot. There's no range unit here, so the villager can easily first start repair and then build some stone walls as well. Well, Tim is up, but a solid 4 villages later. I think stone walling behind this would have been a bit better to just gain 3 more tiles ground to protect his stone spot, but obviously he wants just to be super safe and didn't want to go any risky walls or misclicking or anything. Tim now going for stone walls as well. I believe that's a wrong strategy decision. That Tim is playing this so defensively. He will play this triple archery range and will play with a lot of CA. But well, castle is up. ACM is also booming, or at least adding 1 ECTC, going for Bosor. So well, doing the right steps in that direction. And yeah, from here on. Whew. What are the options for Tim really? Maybe he doesn't know how strong those camel archers are. Tim chilling for now. First castle is up for ACCM. Now going for Podkin Arrow. And he should have deleted the house before finishing the castle. Because now he cannot really get out. Maybe delete the barracks and build a stone gate or something there. Stone walls everywhere, yeah. This match is featured by the creators of Masters of Arena 5. CAs have a good usage on this map, even with camel archers on. I disagreed. Like, he cannot really do damage anywhere, so he cannot raid, and he cannot fight against camel archers, so what's the target buff? I believe they got more HP, and now you can build them out of stables if you get a technology. They have more defense, okay. But they're still very costly, right? I think they aren't buffed enough. I think they're still weaker than paladins, which is quite weird. Like, to have a unique unit that isn't better in anything except killing buildings than another unit that you have. Doesn't really make sense. Plus 10 HP. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. What is ACM trying to go for? Killing that palisade. I like the aggression here, the run around with the siege workshop. It's important that ACM isn't losing his camel archers though. Oh, double pattered. Is he really fearing Tim booming? It's so weird. 9 witches ahead is ACM. Let's take a look. Tim is trying to come in with the patrol. And those patterns are intercepted. Oh, that's so bad by ACM. Now sacrificing his pellets. Remember, pellets aren't doing splash damage against units here. Yeah, most important thing is that ACM didn't lose a camel. Or did he? No, not really. Lost some HP, but can just fall back. And wheelbarrow. Now going for university. I'd love to see some bloodlines. He already got half-sprint tree. And a siege workshop here could really help out as well. See, CA's did something. Yeah, but any unit could have done something there. Oh, another defensive castle. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Maybe we could do some walls over here. Oh, I believe it's a small window. Camel archers not hitting so far without ballistics. Ballistics now on the way. One camel archer down. Trying to micro, and yeah, the castle will go up, and he's just super safe. Look at that, he was just trying to be annoying a bit, and now it just runs away. Can easily stonewall behind this again, and we'll be super happy with how this defense went. 3 villagers ahead, military, yeah, he's behind, but double castle, all gold spots, still secure, everything running, no chance of really losing anything, I believe. Well, he lost 12 units. Those were some scouts, right? 2 patterns? Maybe 1 camel archer? Did he lose a single villager this game? Not really, right? And this attack won't be the greatest either. First of all, then running through stone walls. And if ACM builds some stone walls over here, you're just running into another castle as well. ACM is super active and... This is just not really finding good metaphor for this, but doesn't really feel fair. I'm trying to find a way. Whoops! Beat someone who cannot really be beaten. Or is basically ACM's civ is designed to counter exactly what Tim is going for. Tim at the same time, 1 TC, 2 TCs, 3 TCs, but that one's pretty late. Pray for Tim. Well, some praying needs to be done for sure. Oh, and more stone walls behind this as well. Oh. Oh. I'm just thinking about another good thing. Soon on YouTube I will upload ACM against me in a best of 9, which, spoiler alert, I didn't perform too poorly in. And if ACM wins this, everyone will just think that I'm a good player. We could fool the whole world! Oh, good stuff. Getting some raids in. ACM behind in villages now, but that's mainly because he's also clicking up to Imperial Age. 3 TCs running for him, trying to go for more stone walls, now going for relics as well, really thinking about the long run. Some healing here would be quite nicely as well, or quite nice as well. And Yeah, he's just playing the super safe. I'm not 100% sure if that's a good engagement, as half of the camels are having the hill advantage. Tim is taking this engagement, but look how poorly this is going for him. I believe he had small number advantage, but look at that. How many units did he die? Like 4 against 15? Something like that, right? That looked so brutal. And look how fast the camels are rotting. That's interesting. The CA all still here, but camels, they vanish into the Green Arabia. Has enough stone to think about a third castle. Where's Rakon calling it GG? I miss him. Ah. Yeah, the thing is, does ACCM need to add camels or not? For now, camel archers are pretty good, but well, we'll see. ACCM, does he have the patrol? Yes, he does, and that's just so much damage output. Mangler shot, maybe even. Oh, not really. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Tim now trying to go to Imperial 8 as well. That Magma going down. Castle goes up. ACCM just pushing. KD 55 to 29. ACCM taking that gold as well, taking the relics. He's playing this very smartly. Okay, let's take a look. Extra gold spots, and Tim not even getting that one, but he has one extra gold spot over here. Maybe finds some more raids. Tim is now going for E-skirms. Interesting. ACCM stays on his camel archer attack though. Evening out the villager count at this nice rate. Oh, but we'll lose all his villagers over here. Just dropping off the gold is the only option for him. He would always lose the villagers there, and then thought, okay, let's save the 10 gold that they still have in their hands. Yeah, it really feels like a slow death animation for sure. The elite camel archer upgrade now as well, and let's take a look and try to understand what Tim is going for. No barracks tech, archery ranges, no stable tech. He will simply stay on, or will go for elite skirms. Question is, what will ACCM add to his composition? Sending more villagers over again without ATC. Those camel archers are going back. And they shouldn't. Oh, husbandry for ACCM. I thought he already did that early on. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Camel archers, look at how massive the damage output is. Tim is trying to fight this again. The wolves actually probably doing more damage there. And chemistry, bracer, so Tim's skirms will do some damage at the same time. ACCM not taking care. Oh, he's losing quite a bit here. Yeah, nice clear up at the left hand side, but this one isn't going that much in his favor. Is it military count heavily in his favor? And well, Tim, the upgrade did not kick in 100%. Manuel could help out quite nicely. And now switching on to Lightcraft, the CC, or another castle actually. Interesting placement. And Tim suddenly going down to 8 military. This could be GG any second here. And ACCM, do we have to say it is a TIF win? Probably after game 4, after those walls got up and he didn't get in and couldn't really do the damage. ACCM just played this one down beautifully, and Tim couldn't really, yeah, get into the situation where he got the good push off. This one was instantly slapped down. Now so many raids, and that's funny how ACCM was completely walled, didn't lose a single villager all game, and Tim was walled and he already lost like at least 20 villagers against a guy who had so much less army for such a long time of the game. Now going for more capped rams, probably pushing into those archery ranges. 20 pop ahead is ACCM only now going for thumpering. That's a bit late if you ask me, but well, happens, and now we can see maybe last stand of Tim with the skirmishers, but look at that, 13 military count, trying to go for one desperate move here, and then it's probably G to the Jizzle, Hussars around as well. Yes, two, oh, going for Marauders. That's the upgrade to build Tarkans out of stables. He has a lot of stone though, but will that really matter? Probably not. Now 40 pop ahead is our player from Vietnam here. Fourth relic even on his way. Does he see the fifth one? No, he... What? How did he miss that one? Okay, very close. Oh, one tile. Sick. And Kamach is now trying to go for some crazy raids. Run through the CC and castle. Not so nice for him, but doesn't really matter. He will find more villagers over at the left hand side and is pushing even further to the front. Now sending in the Hussars, who can easily out-counter all the skirmishers now. Tarkans won't really do anything, and Tim, just resigning the game that was lost 30 minutes ago. But we needed to play it out, because obviously he was hoping for a big screw-up by the guy who's leading 2-1 now, Mr. ACCM. And yeah, Tim, I believe, didn't go for the best strategy. Obviously, ACM had a very good map in a situation where he could have a major advantage if he goes into the longer game. So that's the small problem of this tournament and not having mirrored civilization. But I still think that the settings are great. Okay, achievements. KotD just brutal. Just brutal in this game. Ego should be pretty similar. Small advantage here for ACCM. And yeah, ACM now having 2 match points. I wouldn't mind that. Pretty clean game from ACCM. Yeah, but like, you're behind stone walls. Can go for camel archers against a hunt player. It's tough to screw this up. No burps and no hunts. Tim needs 2 wins now, or he's eliminated of the tournament, and ACM goes into the round of 8 after defeating Vivi and Tim, 2 frantic players. What tips are we going for now? I still feel the Italians aren't that strong. They have advancing in age is a bit cheaper, and that they can build condos. Cheaper gunpowder is an unlikely scenario. I'll probably go for Ethiopians. Lost him. Okay, answering a lot of questions that you have. Can someone explain me how this ban at Civ work? Well, first of all, everyone banned at Civ, that's a global ban, won't be able to pick. And then we pick in the system, as you can see, blue and yellow are banning, and then blue picks, yellow picks twice, blue picks twice, yellow picks twice, blue picks twice, yellow picks last. That's how this works. But we will have a different system in all rounds. If you yawn, I go sleep, so it's Batman. Is Tim totally outpicked? Yes. What DLCs are you playing, or is this a special patch? This is all the DLCs that are available, Rise of Rajas, and we are playing with the special patch to play on Woobly, a platform where the game runs a bit smoother than on Steam. It's 5 AM here in Seattle. Yawns are bad for me. Sorry, mate. And also, yeah, you cannot pick a civilization that has already been picked. What would be better counter to Ethiopians, Indians or Magyars? Probably Indians. 100% sure. You're going for Magyars? Okay. Oh. Sorry guys, I didn't sleep a lot in the last 1.5 weeks. Had a lot of like 3-hour nights and I've been to the casino till 5 AM, then put an alarm on 11 AM to wake up for those series. Oh, brutal. And yeah, so I would say we are jumping into game number 4 here. It's one of the 2 match points here for ACCM, and he is picking the Magyars against the Italians. So we will have, I should have remembered that before, Indians against Ethiopians in our last matchup if we go into game number 5. And look at that beautiful map for ACCM. Towards the left hand side and close gold. Very defensively here. Barry's a bit open, but very tight as well. Nice defensive stone, and he could not be more happy with this map, I assume. Let's take a look at the other side. We will see Tim. He has an open wood line, but quite close and wallable at the left hand side. Nice defensive gold, and this could be a wallable map. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tim maybe go for Drasha C here. Italians should be one of the better civilizations for that, advancing to the ages a bit cheaper. Yeah, so the Genoese crossbowman is pretty good against everything that the Magyar is producing. I believe CA and knights, so maybe Tim could go for that as well. Huh. Yeah. Oh, there we can see Genoese crossbowman versus cavalry versus war defense versus camels. So it's not against CA, or CA counted as cavalry. Oh, that will just with 4 HP. Okay. CA counts as well. Okay, sweet. Thanks for the clarification, chat. Always love when you're so knowledgeable and share it. ACCM probably needs to shoot again. The scout on the other side, and Tim is going for the boar seal, and that's at an unfortunate timing here for ACCM. Well, he still sees it somewhat in time, and it was only the second boar, but he wants to go for an early scout rush, as you can see, with his 3 villagers on food only. And let's take a look. Can ACCM intercept this? Now sees this and gets another hit off. So Tim only 2 hits away from dying. Question is now, will ACCM try to go for... That's a block. Oh boy. And that's such a good start here for ACCM. Already 30 HP off from Tim's scout. Yeah, the ball will get delayed, but still, that's solid stuff here. And now even gets 1 more hit off, but I believe the distance is long enough to get to the TC. And be safe with 12 HP. Only now going for his second ball though. Pretty late, and luckily Dracon is around and tells us this game is over. So I can change the score to 3-1, and we can be happy to see the next series. Don't go anywhere. This is how I will cast in the future when Dracon continues to go for his 100% prediction accuracy. But for now, there's some hiccups in it, and therefore we're actually looking at how the games are played out and not only listening to him and his predictions. Why Condottierians? Makes no sense. Well, Condottierians are pretty strong, honestly. Only really in team games? Okay. ACCM, by the way, isn't going for Scout Rush. He is going for an M&A aggression. against him, who is drushing and building a farm. That could be really Drush FC. And we can see ACCM even was able to click up. What is this mining camp again? Aye, aye, aye. Oh, a wolf, and that's ugly. You only have 2 militia and have to fight against the wolf. Well, really, you lose a significant amount of HP there. Look at that, 12 HP already down. And it's micro villagers and gold a bit. And I'm curious if Tim will actually get his Drush FC through. At the moment, he has a lot of aggression put on ACCM. He's trying to quick wall this, isn't finishing it. Take a look, trying to micro some. Killing the scout first, micros her back, and the militia coming over. And remember, when we're reaching feudal age, they get +1 attack here as well. Same time, Tim. Oh, he's clicking up quite early. Pop 29. That isn't that too early for a Drush FC? Oh, big engagement now over here. Remember, as I just said, militia now with +1 attack, and they are just cleaning house. 4-0 KT. Did he kill the scout as well? Yeah, he did kill the scout as well, obviously, before that. And now the 3 militia. So ACCM, in a pretty good spot. And that's 4 on gold. So Tim isn't playing this Drush FC. It was just Drush into Flash, but pretty late. Yeah, cheaper castle age upgrade. But still, it's 4 farms only. And 4 on berries. I believe it still costs like 615 or something, right? Can we see that somewhere? 680. You'll never have 680 food. Uh-oh. Aggressive tower now by ACCM. Tim sees it. And isn't going for the M&A upgrade just yet. Doesn't really need it as well. Defensive tower by Tim. Double archery range. Nice, quick wall. And double legs, yeah. He won't play this as an FC. He will play this archers behind. But that's okay. Ooh. Nice timing here by Tim. Tower won't go up. Now trying to debate with the scout. And a misclick on the tower. And therefore the tower goes up. Buck, buck, buck. Okay, well, how will we transition into this? Oh, going for stone. Look at that gold. It's just so inefficient here by ACCM. Horrible stuff. Yeah, do we have to give the advantage here for Tim? Kind of, right? $680 food is quite discounted, and it's 425 for fuel age as well. Doesn't need to see, can click up soon if he wishes and still being with expos way faster. Yeah, that's true. Let's take a look at ACCM, what he's trying to go for. Horse color now, going for archery range as well. And Tim 2 villages ahead. Looks good for him. A nice defensive map. The tower was just perfectly timed as well. And now the archers are out to defend. Our militia should be pretty low from before. Oh no, he lost him. And Tim is super safe. The problem is though, after he clicked up to Castle Age, there won't be any more bonuses for him. Oh wait, actually I've never thought about how much cheaper is the imp upgrade for Italians. Wait, 5680. Okay. But still, like, that's not a bonus that will be like super important. But Magyars, they have... Yeah, if they face mass crossbows. Let's see how they will perform. CAs won't beat... Oh, how is he getting a villager kill over here? That's something that shouldn't happen. Yeah, with 2 archers alone, we'll clear this up so easily. And now 7 archers over. Take a look, ACCM. But he has 4 skirmishes and has fletching as well, and +1 defense to the teams. So, yeah, he will be fine to defend this. Now queuing up more. This should be completely walled. And I'm getting some snipes off here. Minimum range was kind of abused by Tim, not really. With ACCM ungarrisoned a bit late here, and Tim only now going for fletching. So that should clear up, and it feels like, yeah. My prediction, we won't see another villager die in the next 7 minutes. So no villager die for the 26-minute mark. That's what I'm saying. Oh, maybe this one. She's risky. She is risky. Tim going for more towers. Where is he on stone? Oh, here at the front. Okay. And yeah, will be super safe. But can't really do the counter damage at the moment. Now we have Magyars. Well, they just go for skirmish archers. That's not really playing to the strength of their civilization. And as we said before, Tim with Genovese crossbowman would be pretty deadly. And if he has a composition of crossbows and Genovese crossbows, that's something that we basically... Oh, I never saw before. That could be pretty sweet. These archers can take the fight now as well. Every time the skirms shoot, they're getting damaged by the tower as well. Should be pretty fine. And... Tim, not in a bad spot at all. ACCM, 600 food, 300 gold. At last, he micro that villager. Same time, Tim, not having the greatest food eco. Too much on stone. But now we'll abuse the market. And the villager got home. I'm still fine with my 26-minute prediction. Wheelbarrow for Tim, adding some more farms as well, and I believe he maybe pulls some villagers of wood. And more farms, not 100% sure though. Maybe sell 100 stone, all the wood, buy 300-400 food, and then clickety-click up. Should be his option. Oh, he's actually going for a mill now. ACCM is advancing to Castle Age. Tim just refusing to go for heavy market abuse. Prices are still reasonable. Obviously, he was the only one who bought some food. Question is, what will ACCM go for? Maybe staying on skirm crossbow is the right option. I think Tim should have used the market a bit more. Going for the deer now. I think he could click up at least 50 seconds earlier. Queuing up more villagers doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Oh, trying to go for the sneak attack, but yeah, ACCM knows Tim as well. They're buying 100 more food, now dropping it off and finally clicking off up. She just buy 100 food and now has 127. Weirdo. Another defensive tower, does not want to see any crossbows around here. And well, those archers won't lose their lives. Instantly seen by Tim, nice timing, and you're trying to go for a suicidal mode. No, he is not. Stable. Interesting. Probably to counter the Magnus later on. Double stable. Onto the skirms. Okay. Well, Zico is now pretty well set up for that. Actually adding more farms. So he won't go for mass January's crossbowmen as it seems. Going for +1 defense, and look at that, all the upgrades for ACCM. Crossbowman, Elite Skirm, going for Botkin as well, Bowthor, you can name it. And Tim at the same time, just waiting to go up. And now his stable's obviously very exposed. So ACM won't get, yeah, like really surprised him. Maybe ACM has a timing here. No defensive towers by Tim. Uh-oh. Can he maybe find it? All the other games Tim had like 4 or 5 towers. Maybe this one will not go up. Let's take a look. That's a lot of armies still left for ACCM. And Tim, did he underreact to this? Still see some more villagers die. ACCM, he didn't want to super commit into this. Could have been an option. I heard the university. Now you can see that knights are out as well. More could go over here, maybe commit on all the villagers. Ballistics now on the way. Look at the 2550. Damn it! Okay. So I was 10 seconds off. Well, I was right with my 7-minute prediction. But then I... okay. Thanks for looking at that, John. To 1. Have a really sweet clear up here for Tim though. ACM trying to run. That's not really an option. I believe he should have fought. And now sending more crossbowmen to his death? Not sure that ACM is handling this correctly. +2 defense as well. Chasing down all those crossbowmen and skirmishers. And from what he sees is ACCM, and he just stays on crossbowmen knights. I'm not sure if that's the right option, but honestly, I don't know at all. What could he have went for? And that's just like the counter tip picking is so important in this game as well. Now building the cars over here, trying to secure at least that gold spot. We'll go to that gold spot as well, and at the same time steering up the tower. So like that positioning, maybe you could have made an argument for pulling it into the center here to just defend the main part of his base, but he has 2 towers here and the TC close by, so... Oh, villager is getting sniped. Tim is going in, but without a patrol. Okay, now with patrol, and to chase down one monk to convert, will easily get that one convert. Obviously still full HP. Crossman trying to micro. I believe more knights needs to be seen. Villager count, ACM at the moment with the lead. Going for the second convert, his knight is getting very low, trying to snipe down the monk, and that happened. Unfortunate RNG there for him. Just jumping into the TC, and ACM will fight this quite easily. Will do some damage while Tim is retreating. And for some random houses here. Now he's switching into CA, but without bloodlines. Trying to catch up when it comes to the villager count. And, oh, an aggressive siege workshop. Something I didn't expect. Oh, but makes a lot of sense, and that's a lot of damage that he's doing to those crossbowmen. Another monk and ACM. Maybe could make an argument for a second monastery even. And, oh, second time a monk not getting a convert. That's so unfortunate for him. And the CA very low on HP here. And so are the knights. Stable now coming out. Oh, military count plummeting quite heavily. ACM 15 villagers ahead though. Now the January's crossbowman. Liking some upgrades. But you can easily catch up in that regard. Oh, and that could be an interesting composition now. Mangonel aggression with January's crossbowman. And the knights around from before, obviously. bit slower when it comes to Bowsaw. Finally, Bloodlines as well for the CA of ACCM. Heavily going on to gold. Let's take a look. He is even having enough stone to build a castle pretty soon. And that would be so sweet. If he gets a castle up here, all the aggression of Tim won't do anything. And I'll even get it up here. Could be a bit riskier against potential mangonel attacks, but uh-oh. He doesn't know yet. Oh no! Poor shots by Tim. But how did I... Well, I obviously knew that the Siege Workshop was there, so that was until that ACM did not have. Now trying to go for some damage. Hoppa! Closing down the mangonel, but the knights can be around and they can still do some damage, because we had some nice shots against the mangonel, against the CA. Mangonel needs to stay here to fight off potential villagers. Oh, but the knights now of ACM will just clean house, and ACM will get that castle up for sure. And then we need to find ways and see how Tim will play this in the long run. Because the push is now not an option anymore. And maybe can get one good shot off. Will he? No, he can't. Trying to do some damage against the CA, but realize, okay, fighting on the TC, monks around, that's not really an option anymore. And we are going back. Oh, going for forging even, this Tim. That's weird. I think he should just rush to the second castle and stay Genoese crossbowman all game long. Huh. ACM, 500 food, 1.1k gold. Tim, more at the limit here. That 1 gram won't really help out in the fight. Love to see Bodkin arrow being researched by Tim as well. Question is crossbowman. Monk really helps out here in this army composition. So many low HP or hurt units. Mangonel gets one shot off against the monks, but not a killing blow. More damage against the CA. Let's take a look. Does he really want to take this? 1 conversion, 3 conversions even. ACM doing a beautiful job here. His CA nicely positioned, having even a small hit advantage. Now we can see Tim is trying to chase down Genoese crossbowman, obviously so slow, and ACM is up to PL8 with a nice amount of army here, fighting out of range of his castle though. Let's take a look if this monk will get another convert. No, he will not. Now I want to see how well the Genoese crossbowmen perform. Mangonel into the castle and losing its, well, I'm not sure if it's called life, but dying is questionable as well. It breaks. Mangonel breaks. And Tim is kind of playing this all in here. Full stable, full husbandry, going for iron casting, and maybe it thinks he has a timing. Maybe it thinks, okay, if I pressure those 2 gold spots, I win the game. ACM with his castle is just looking so neat. CA holding out as well. Stone upgrade. Okay. Isn't there a second market now? Interesting. Going for the double market strategy by Tim. I believe Bodkin arrow is just so much more important than a single one knight. Sniping 1, and ACM is going back, but he's fine. He's fine if he just goes back. Just trying to micro a bit, killing the knight. Oh, but could lose quite some HP. He's now running a bit further back, but more archery ranges, and his eco should look so good. And he, yeah, could go for all the necessary upgrades here. +1 range, +1 attack, either his unique tech or with bracers, and heavy CA should be around the corner as well. Let's see what he focuses on first. Heavy CA, but loses quite a lot of them, or more than I would have advised him. For actually upgrading them. Now 5 pop ahead. Military count slightly in favor for Tim. Military count slightly in favor for ACCM. But the tech advantage will be clearly in the favor of our Vietnamese player, who still has 2 match points here. Let's take a look how he plays this out. And, oh, taking quite a lot of damage. Oh, he was pumped up. Tim, can he maybe take an engagement here? He's now up to Imperial Age as well. But heavily outnumbered here, and Castle Age and his crossman obviously won't perform too well against close to fully upgraded heavy CAs. Though we're still missing Pathian tactics as well. Going for the extra gold spots, and ACM is again playing this quite nicely. I believe Tim's army composition wasn't the greatest. But now maybe switching into Genuine's crossbowmen exclusively. Oh, some nice walls here. Yeah, the villagers will lose their lives, but that's a beautiful trap, and damage output is real now by ACCM. Going for chemistry as well, and yeah, the knights are gone. Going for another stone spot over here, trying to freeze up one at the front, and oh, another trap over here. So really nice job by ACCM. Super active, killed all the knights, and now only needs to focus on those Genuine's crossbowmen and how to counter them. No more crossbowmen fear. And oh, well, maybe Magyar Hussar could be the answer. Just showing back and getting up to your pretty strong and very mobile Magyar Imperial Age army. Oh, thumping now as well. Open option, and look at that, +6 defense here for the Magyars. So sweet for them as well. Tim actually collecting relic number 3. Something that I would say he's not typically known for. How much is the upgrade? 600, 400 gold. That's called recurve bow. Okay. Oh, killing that monk. He didn't drop off at that monastery. Maybe wanted to. Trying to get another castle up at the spot where we kind of thought at the start that we could get one up. And let's take a look. Genuine's crossbowmen now fighting the uphill. But again, heavily outnumbered. Towers helping out a bit here. Probably not enough. ACCM. 60 pop ahead here. This is the first map point. It looks pretty nice for him at the moment. 3 traps out. Now going for a recurve bow. So his CA will be so strong. Yeah, he's losing all of them probably here now. Because the Genuine's crossmen and skirmishers are a pretty solid counter. So at the moment it still stands. If Tim can get, oh god, he will get a lot of relics here. If Tim can stabilize, if Tim somehow can hold on to this castle, but I don't see how. I think with his army composition he could have a nice advantage, but it feels like ACCM will win this before. He's getting rated quite heavily behind this, but Tim will lose that castle. Then we'll go up to, well, we'll go down to only 2 left. Another monk going down, so ugly. And Tim, well, he will go to 4 relics, but most likely will lose that monastery here as well. Squeezing out 1 trap. Questionable if that's really helping him too much. Hussar attack now for ACM. I believe I would have loved to see, especially if he has 3 castles and so defensively positioned, the Magyar Hussar upgrade instead of the normal Hussar upgrade. Okay, and this could be the game-ending engagement here. Tim, with his skirmishers, he needs to somehow hold on, but the damage output of those CA was just so enormous. That's a gold here in the front. Monk not really helping out after his one convert, maybe healing some, but this could be the game-ending fight. 50 pop ahead is ACCM. He's also raiding at the side, which will get cleared up, but that's the front gold, that's the front stone. The traps are now coming over, and Tim, one of the favorites to go very far in this tournament, very feared 1v1 player with a very interesting style, will get eliminated by the frantic killer ACCM, and he will win this whole series in a 3-1 with probably not the most exciting games, but with a very strong, convincing performance. In ACCM played this very smoothly every single game. Especially the Berbers game felt like super in control. This one was nice defense, and then the castle, nice control with the CA, and then just played the TIF advantages. And maybe some people could say ACCM won this before the games actually started, because we can agree that his TIF were better than Tim's here, which is a big part of this whole tournament. Where's ACCM from? Vietnam. Tim outdated, Yo overrated, Lux deflated, Long have we waited, China eliminated. Indeed, guys. Interesting. Good Hippo game. Well, it wasn't a Hippo game. A good game nonetheless, yeah. And everyone who thinks like, oh, this was an interesting series,